welcome out to the Nerd Effect Podcast. We are on episode number 44.
44.
I am one of your hosts, Dustin Vancouver, joined by my 44 buddies.
44 buddies, man, that's a lot of friends, man.
Yeah, I had to invest in some microphones.
Yeah. This is Michael Morgan, yeah.
And I'm Mason Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
And there's evidently 42 other people in this room that at least appear Dustin. I can't see them.
We ripped out all their vocal cords so they can't see anything.
Okay. Again, this is in Dustin's head.
Yeah.
And again,
well, you guys can't see them? They're right there.
No, I really can't.
And again, we're missing Nikki.
We are missing Nikki.
We suck
mostly
with
because
that,
we
Nikki.
haven't moved in an hour or so. Again, Nikki is off with family things at the moment, so everybody positive thoughts for Nikki and family.
Yep.
But we're here to talk about thanks. And not just your traditional thanks.
No.
Nerdy thanks.
Nerdy thanks.
So it's the post-Thanksgiving
nerdy
thanks for nerdy things.
Thanks for the post-Thanksgiving thanks for nerdy things thankathon.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
listening.
Yes.
I'll try and fit that all on one card. We'll see what happens. I'll probably have to go back and listen to this again just to get it all down.
And then
At least two more
reduce
times.
the font size to
Yeah.
make fit it all on the card.
So if you guys are forcing yourself to read it, I'm sorry. I'll try and hyphenate it and then bring it down.
It'll be fun.
So, family, friends,
We know
others.
we're all thankful for those things.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
Yeah, we're not talking about them.
We're not talking about them this time around. We're going to talk about nerdy things. Anything from video games to cosplayers to
fandoms.
I'm trying to behave
Scientists.
myself. I really am. I'm gonna not do
I know Mike's really thankful for something in the last 10 minutes. One of our interviews that we had recently.
Joni.
Do Mike tell us?
God bless Joni Borsas.
Brosas.
I can't pronounce things. You know this.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Joni, if you're listening. Mike really does murder names pretty badly.
and words in general.
In general. Just, I suck. We know it. It's all good.
Age popular in high school.
So, yeah, her Facebook feed's been posting pictures of her body paint is like a robot. Anybody who knows me knows this hits me on pretty much every cylinder I have. Thank you, Joey. Love you.
Mike's like robots.
Yeah.
Mike likes robots a lot.
Mike likes sexy female robots.
Oh, so you're a fan of Soriyama.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, Soriyama's a great artist and is very much into robo pinup.
One of my favorites is Gundam, which is known in the U.S. as Battle Angel Alita. Yeah. So, yeah.
Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, yeah, Ghost in the Shell's good, too. Not so
I don't know.
robotic-y, that's more Android, just...
I would say she looks a little too human for Mike.
Well, I like it still.
It's a good anime.
I'm into the Shiro. I do like some Shiro. Yeah, Gally, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's more like, And I'm right at Pinbot. How many times did I play that?
Oh, we both played that a lot because it was the one consistently working pinball machine when we worked with pinball machines.
That's true.
And it was a fun machine, regardless of the theme.
So yes, I am very, 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 very thankful. Moving on.
For Joni and her body paint.
Man, I saw that on my Facebook feed. My head exploded. It was brains all over the walls and ceiling. It was wow.
It wasn't brains, Mike.
Jesus.
Sorry,
Needed to change the pants. Had to wash the cats.
Oh, come on! Oh, come on! No! No!
Oh, Mike! God damn!
Oh, that was worth it.
I'm really hoping she's just not listening because that was just... Holy shit. Joni, we really do love and respect you a lot more than that. I swear. In fact, Joni was super nice enough to share her video.
Oh, sweet.
Okay, that's what I'm thankful for, is Joni sharing our interview video that we did with her at Tree City. Mm-hmm. And she was talking about how on that video, she's like, if you really want to see how I am, in real life, like, watch this video. This is pretty much how I am all the time. So her little perky self, like she was at Tree City, is pretty much how she is, I guess, in real life too. So it was good to get to know her then on a personal level. Because I actually went digging around YouTube to see if there was any other videos of her. Not many.
Wow.
There really isn't that many interviews with her, which I figured there would be at least. I mean, from several conventions, you think she would have a few up there, but seems like most of the videos were from her Playboy, like that kind of stuff, and maybe one or two conventions. But other than that, I mean, we definitely had you type in Joni Brosas and we pop in right at the top 3.
Sweet.
So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, she was definitely a sweetheart. I mean, she waited around.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Yeah. Super thankful for that, too. While we were talking to John Rhys Davies, which, by the way, also thankful for John Rhys Davies for if you didn't hear that the opening from our last initiative,
go listen.
Yeah, go listen to that first. At least the intro, if not the whole thing. We prefer you listen to the whole thing. But John Rhys Davies, that was the secret intro that we were holding back from you guys. Is he was kind enough just by asking to record an intro for our podcast, and didn't have to pay him anything, just out of the kindness of his heart.
Yep.
And
because he's an awesome dude.
And that one was super official too. Like, I had to wait around for like 15, 20 minutes to talk to his agent, and then his agent had to give me the okay, which was really interesting because she came by and said, you can go ahead and ask him, but he's just not allowed to do any of the voices that he portrays on TV. And I'm like, he's John Rhys Davies. His voice is every character he's ever done. Well, I mean, it's him.
Yeah. Well, no, there are definite differences. Like, you can always tell it's John Rhys Davies, but he will change his inflections on certain words and certain registers to, give a change of voice to different characters.
Yeah, like somebody like Gimli is definitely more like growly. Yeah, got a little bit more of a growl in his voice. And then like his character from was it Raiders of the Lost Ark? I think
Last Crusade
is probably a little more dignified sounding. Same with Sliders. Yeah, he played a teacher in Sliders, so it's gonna be a little more dignified.
Yeah,
but not that.
It's funny how many times I bring up Sliders and nobody has any idea what the hell I'm talking about.
They need to educate themselves, especially now that it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. If it's on Netflix, I'll have to tell people that.
Yep. It is.
Yep. I need to go back and rewatch it. It's in my queue. I'm almost done with Star Trek TNG. That's like my background noise show right now is Star Trek. So I kind of, whatever I'm editing a podcast or something like that, that's pretty much what I got watching because I don't want to watch anything else without Jen there because I don't want her to miss it. Mm-hmm. So we're cruising through Walking Dead right now.
Yeah.
Which is hurting my brain because there's children in danger at every corner, and it's like it's weird. I was having this discussion with somebody. It's like, now that I'm a dad, anytime like children are in danger on TV, I have to stop for like a second to catch my breath because it's like it hurts me. Like anybody under the age of like 14, like immediately I'm like in panic mode whenever like somebody's in legit danger. Like, so I could handle like a cartoon or even comic danger, like comedic danger. I could handle that.
Yeah. But
it's The Walking Dead, and there are fucking zombies trying to eat these kids, and I freak out. Hors d'oeuvres. Huh? Yeah, zombie snacks.
Zombie snacks, zombie hors d'oeuvres, yeah.
But,
hey, it gives us a new meaning for prostatots.
Oh.
What?
What did I
just keep going?
Anyway, so kids in danger just hurts me because the first place that your brain goes is like, what if it was my kid? Yeah, what if it was my kid? Mm-hmm. And whereas 25-year-old Dustin would have been like, nah, kids are going to get eaten. It's like now Father Dustin is like, no. It's weird. Anyway. Mason, what are you thankful for?
I was going to start off with, this one might be weird considering people who know my normal, opinions on it, but Star Trek. Mm-hmm. Not that I dislike Star Trek. I'm just, normally when the word star comes out of my mouth, it usually ends with wars. But really without Star Trek, there would have never been the impetus for Star Wars probably in Lucas's brain. Mm-hmm. There would have never been conventions because really Star Trek started what we think of as a modern convention, where it be it role-playing games or comic books or, sci-fi convention or whatever. It was really Star Trek that started bringing those about because of people's love of Star Trek. And it's not that I myself have a great love for Star Trek in that way. I mean, I like it. I enjoy it. It's not my favorite, but I don't complain about it. Okay. When they have a half hour of a movie of just people debating the Prime Directive, okay, taking it a little too far, but it's overall like, Star Trek started a lot of the things that became staples of geek culture. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so that's like one of the ones that is definitely one of the things I am thankful for.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Star Trek's definitely one of those shows that definitely carved a path for pretty much every sci-fi series that's been in existence.
Yeah.
So
since anyway.
Yeah.
And I mean, look at all the technological advances that were inspired by Star Trek.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so many things that were in the show that we have in real life now.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Touch panels, iPads.
Yeah.
Every time I see Captain Picard pull up a pad and he's holding it in his hand doing this.
Yeah.
Swiping his finger around on it, and I'm like, that's like now.
Yeah.
That's weird. Show came out in 86? Something like that? 87?
Something like that. I don't remember exactly. But it was a while ago, but also not that long ago. And well, the biggest and most famous example is the cell phone. The guy at Motorola who made the first cell phone wanted a Star Trek communicator from the original series back, when they held them. Mm-hmm. So he made cell phones. He wanted the wireless communication technology and developed it because of his love of a piece of technology from Star Trek. Also, there was an article recently I scanned over. I think it was on IFL, which would be I fucking love science, just for people who don't know what I mean by that.
And we do.
Yes.
But they're actually working. They've got an almost working, like, medical tricorder. Like, you still have to put like a sample in it, but like you can put a blood sample in it, and it can run tests on the blood, and it's a box about the size of the original tricorders. So about the size of a cassette deck, for those of you who remember those. Because that's what the original tricorder was a cassette deck.
If you're looking for a modern-day equivalence of a cassette deck, there isn't one. Everything's too small.
Yeah, pretty much. Or too big, still. Because, like, PlayStation and Xbox and computers are all too big. Laptops are the wrong shape.
iPads
are too small. iPads, tablets, and phones are too small. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's no real comparison.
We're not talking like a Walkman, right?
No. Like with a mono one with a big speaker built into the bottom of it and like takes 6 C cells. Oh, there's another thing. C cell batteries. Yeah, I'm glad those have gone away.
Nope, they still use them. I use them in Evie's nightlight.
Oh. C cell batteries are like the penny of batteries. They just need to go away.
I don't know what to tell you. She has a little like, it's not like an actual nightlight, but it's like you can strap it to her crib, and it has glowy lights and things move around in it, but it takes 6 C batteries. 4 C batteries.
Weird.
I don't think I've seen a C-cell in a store. That's weird.
Buy them in a case of 12 or whatever at Costco.
Yep.
All right.
I tell you what, though, that's the only thing we have that has C batteries, and it's the first time I think I've ever used C batteries since having a child. Like, I can't even remember prior to Evie ever having to use C batteries on anything.
Well, I remember back when you worked at Radio Shack, there was one day you were like, oh my God, I sold C-cell batteries today. After getting off work. My response was, really?
For what?
Yeah. Because, I mean, if it's big and requires the milliamps, you put D cells in it.
Yep.
If it's smaller and more compact, double A's or triple A's. Mm-hmm. Or a customized battery like the ones in our phones. But no, C cells are a freaking penny. They need to just go away.
We need to start a change.org position to get rid of C cell batteries.
Mm-hmm. And pennies.
There is no B cell.
There is a quadruple A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a really long, thin AAA battery almost.
That's weird.
Yeah. It's specialized battery, basically. Yeah. And then there's like watch batteries and hearing aid batteries, but those are specialized.
Well, that's what the quadruple A is used for, is like little shelf clocks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there's
in that case,
what's the...
Is there a single A?
No.
This makes no sense. Double A's, triple
If there
A's.
is,
there might have been, I don't know,
D's.
I haven't checked it out, but there might have at one point been A and B cells. But they just fell out. They completely fell out of favor for whatever reason, like the C cell should.
like a Sony Betamax.
Like the Sony Betamax. Oh my God. So the sad thing about the beta tape is that Sony Betamax tapes were actually better quality than the normal, what we consider a VHS tape. A VHS tape. Mm-hmm. It's just that Sony would not allow the porn industry to use Betamax. So,
yay, porn.
Yeah, that caused the downfall of Beta.
Wonder what Sony thinks about that now. Use Blu-ray.
Well, they this time they do indeed let porn on Blu-ray, so I think they learned their lesson about, say like porn, don't like porn, whatever. But as a business decision, it was a stupid. They made a decision based on personal morals in business, but not like what I consider should be business morals. Like, as a business, like, okay, I want to sell my Betamax tape. It is actually a superior tape to the VHS tape, but I don't want porn on it. Well, okay, moralistically, okay, it's fine for you to not like porn. Don't watch it. Don't, allow it into your house, whatever. That's fine. But on the business end, it was a bad move for Sony to do that. Mm-hmm. I think businesses should have some morals about conduct, but I don't want to get into it right now. But the idea of not putting porn on your tapes was a bad idea, and Sony learned their lesson. Let's porn on Blu-ray. So,
of course, watching porn in that kind of high definition, not the best thing to be watching.
Yeah, but now they usually use like soft focus lenses and make it look all pretty and edited, however pretty porn can possibly get. But
you guys are going a little too in depth. I was talking about the business and technical aspects.
Wow, you can really see the herpes on that one.
Oh, Mike.
Thankful that, they're probably going to lose some viewers on this one. Sorry. My bad.
You're going to get, like, boycott Mike messages now.
Okay, so seriously.
What's another one for one of you guys?
Bethesda.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that one.
So, Elder Scrolls, Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, Fallout.
Well, Fallout 3 and later. Fallout 3 and Fallout 3,
New Vegas. And
Fallout 4 whenever it comes out.
Coming. at some point.
They better frickin' announce it at E3 this year.
Yeah. I think there'll be a riot if they don't.
Yeah.
Heads will fly.
Well, like everyone, including the games media, were expecting it last year because they were like, okay, because people were looking at Bethesda's release cycle, and they were like, okay, should have been announced or come out, or should have been announced in 2013 for a 2014 release.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't okay. New consoles. They wanted to have some time with the new consoles so that they could make it as good as possible on the consoles while still preserving it's even more awesome on PC. So people are like, well, now, okay. So like everyone was getting ready for E3 and they're like, okay, Bethesda's got to announce Fallout 4. They've got to be announcing it this year. Surprise! Evil Within.
Which looks awesome, by the way.
It does. If you actually used a PC to game, you'd be able to download a demo for it and try out the first hour of it.
It's already out. But I mean, it's on
yeah,
PS4.
I know. It's already out on the PC too.
Mm-hmm.
It released the same day. It's Bethesda. But I'm saying that, if you couldn't buy it yet, you could still try out at least the first hour if you actually gamed on a PC.
Well, PS4, to be fair, actually had the playable demo of the new Silent Hill game, too.
Yeah.
Which looked fucking crazy.
I heard there were some really trippy things in that demo.
Like mind-bending
shit
that would just...
But, yeah. So what else about Bethesda from you, Mike?
I had recently splurged. They came out with a box set with the entire Elder Scrolls series. Like, original Elder Scrolls game.
There was one game missing. Redguard. But that's okay. Because it came out for the N-Gage.
Oh, okay.
The N-Gage? Oh, Jesus.
Taco phone!
Lol. But, yeah, I mean, it's got the... let's see. It's Arena, Daggerfall,
Oblivion. Or Morrowind,
Oblivion. Yeah.
And Skyrim.
It was just crazy playing those old games.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Arena was hard.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, whoa hard. Man, and I tell you what, it's a good thing I didn't have that game back in the day, because I wouldn't have done anything. I'd have wasted my life on that.
Instead, you wasted your life on EverQuest.
Yeah, that did happen.
Sorry. No, but yeah. Also, just for people who don't know, Bethesda also owns id. So they own Doom and Quake.
Oh, yeah.
Arcane Studios, which is like Dishonored. Bethesda is not technically as large as EA, but they're actually bigger than most people think they are.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I have no problem with Bethesda becoming the big dog.
No. Mm-hmm. Bethesda would probably be a better big dog than EA.
Oh, for sure.
So,
yeah.
Well, the thing is like, I can't necessarily even hate EA technically because, well, they own BioWare. And BioWare is Knights of the Old Republic. It's Mass Effect. It's Dragon Age.
Doesn't EA own Activision now too?
No, it's Bethesda Activision, which are part of. Well, there's Blizzard Activision, which is now
Blizzard Activision. That's what it is.
But they're both owned by another bigger media conglomerate company,
like Warner Brothers or something.
No, it's a French one, but kind of the same idea.
Right.
But like they're kind of like, but it's not like Warner Brothers where you would know the name for making something of their own.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. The big company doesn't make anything of its own. It's all subsidiaries who make stuff. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You just went around and Gobbled up all the companies to make things for itself.
Basically, yeah.
Oui.
Yeah. But yeah, they're but yeah, Blizzard Activision is another big one, but they would probably, if they were the big dog instead of EA, they would probably have all the same problems and issues that EA does, because they kind of still already do. Mm-hmm. Whereas if Bethesda was able to be the big dog and keep all their business practices how they already have them, I think there'd be a lot more happy gamers as far as how things work. So, yeah.
Gaming.
Just in general.
That's my thankfulness, is I
Gaming.
just love video games in general. It's been my passion for pretty much since I was
Knee high to a grasshopper.
like 5 or 6 years old, since I landed my first hands on a Nintendo controller. And even before that, because I do remember, again, playing like video games in like Quick Stops and
Yeah.
and some grocery stores had an arcade section, you know.
Yeah, I remember back in the day, like, you know, most grocery stores would have, like, it wouldn't be a big spot, but they'd have like 4 or 5 video games, kind of like in the foyer or whatever.
Yeah, they had a, oh shit, what's the name of that game? Like, there used to be the old M&W on State Street, and it had, it's like a Formula One. I can't remember the name of the game, though. It's like
Pole position?
Pole position. It had a pole position machine, and my grandpa would fucking hand me a handful of quarters when we go fucking play that game. It's a good time.
Yep.
And then, God, yeah, this, like, video games has brought, I mean, I've made friends because of video games. I've had endless entertainment because of video games. I mean, there's so many things that I mean, like, you know, 3 degrees of separation.
Yeah.
You know, I could pretty much link a lot of things back to video games. So, it's just been, you know, a constant in my life pretty much since its inception. But, yeah. So thanks, video games. Thank you for providing me hours upon hours and years of entertainment.
Yeah.
For even the shitty games, which can be more entertaining than you think sometimes.
Sometimes the shitty games are actually pretty entertaining.
I'm just gonna put
not for the game itself necessarily, but for color commentary.
I'm just gonna put this out there. Bible games, Moses lifting sheep above his head and carrying them wherever they may go. That's really all you need to know. It's entertaining.
Yeah.
We still need to do a stream sometime, just playing video games.
Oh yeah.
We'll do that for charity or something.
Bam.
Yeah, be a good time.
I remember first job when I was like 16, and I get paid, go cash my check, and the whole check would go into quarters, which went into the machines. Probably retire on the amount of quarters I put into video games.
I'm thankful for Pojos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Video game centers, arcades.
Mm-hmm. It's good. Let's give it up for arcades.
Yeah.
There.
It's like back in California, there was a chain called Scandia. They were medieval themed like arcades, but they were like an arcade, and then they had like go-karts and mini golf and bumper boats. Yeah.
Also, kind of like what's the place out there?
Rain Springs?
Boondocks.
Yeah.
Well, it's not Boondocks anymore, though. It's
I don't remember, but Boondocks.
Yeah.
If you live in Boise, you know what we mean.
Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of got batting cages and mini golf and
had all that stuff.
Laser tag.
Yeah. Well, they didn't have laser tag because it wasn't like back when I used to go to them, wasn't really the thing yet. Mm-hmm. And when laser tag like got popular, they were all too packed already to like gut out part of them for laser tag, because laser tag takes up a lot of room.
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those were so fun. Like, you know, that was like basically once a month from like April to about October. Remember, this was in California. there was only, we only considered like there were only 3 to 4 months bad weather at most. We would once a month my family would go up to the Scandia for a few hours, and my dad and I go in the batting cages, and then the bumper boats and stuff, and then I go play video games, and lots of fun.
We still need to dress up as Mario characters and do the go-karts.
Yes, we do.
Oh, lol.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Dress up Evie as a little Princess Toadstool or Princess Peach.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yep.
Still need to do an updated photo, too.
Actually, what you need to do is dress up Evie as Yoshi.
That'd be pretty cute, too.
Yeah.
My little Yoshi. Comic books. Even though I'm not personally into them, I enjoy the artwork a lot. Some of my favorite artists are comic book artists.
Well, and in a lot of ways, the things that have come out of comic books have become like not just even geeks or nerds, like entertainment, but like a major piece of entertainment for everyone. Mm-hmm. Now it was just, with the Marvel movies, the DC TV shows, and the Batman movies.
Basically, Marvel Cinematic Universe, and DC Universe.
Yeah, they've become much bigger in the entertainment field now than just the comic books. Mm-hmm. And that's like one of the things is like for a long time, I loved comics. I was a big collector, but I just got out of collecting comic books. I never started to dislike the characters or the adventures they told, but I don't know. It got to the point where I didn't want to read this little tiny slice every month. I was much happier to wait for a year or two's worth of issues to be put into a trade paperback, mm-hmm. and then read it all at once. Right. It was just, it was nothing to do with the genre or what was in it. It had everything to do with the format, mm-hmm. Changing in my eyes. So, but comic books are, plus for a while that was kind of like one of the only really kind of geeky, nerdy things out there that was entertainment. If you, didn't like what was on TV or movies, all you really had was the comic book.
Yeah, which kind of brings me to another thing that I was going to bring out there, but like Netflix and Hulu, stuff like that allow kind of like trade paperbacks, watch like entire seasons of stuff for like in one shot versus having to wait a week or wait 2 weeks depending on the season.
And I did get on Crunchyroll.
Okay, I figured you would.
It was worth it. Yeah.
Is that what you're thankful for, Mike? Is Crunchyroll?
Well, I was gonna say I would put it as I'm thankful for. Well, I'm thankful in general. Period for the internet, like the whole thing.
Thanks, Al Gore.
Thanks, DARPA, actually. But
Al Gore invented the internet.
I'm not even going to honor that.
I don't even think that man's smart enough to invent the internet. But
no, actually, Al Gore's a pretty smart man. But no, he's not a computer scientist. But no, just in general, warts and all, the internet is a wonderful thing. And, because it gave people the ability to communicate on a broader scale than we had ever had before. And, as much as the joke of, we have the entirety of all human knowledge at our fingertips now, and we use it to look at cat pictures. Well, that's entertainment, but, the ability to stream Hulu and Netflix and Crunchyroll and, have this ability, and also the fact that, I didn't catch that when it was on. You know, I can go back and watch this show now much more easily than, you know, having to,
wait for the entire season to come out on VHS.
Yeah.
Or DVD.
Or not, depending on the show.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, depending on the rights.
Yeah, because there was a lot less shows that came out as DVD collections or VHS collections now than are on Hulu.
Right.
You know, because all the media is stored in digital format nowadays anyways. So just throwing it, converting it to a Silverlight happy format and throwing it onto Hulu, or not Hulu, Netflix is pretty easy.
Speaking of putting things out in collections.
Yeah.
Did you hear, Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah.
I can't remember the Paul somebody.
Paul Rubin.
Paul Rubin has hunted. He had a crew hunt down the original 32 millimeter films.
35 mil.
35 millimeter films,
yeah.
And they're gonna release them out on Blu-ray.
For Pee Wee Herman.
Not just the movie, but like the entire
series
that was on TV, Pee Wee's Playhouse, and release them with commentary tracks and the whole nine on Blu-ray. And they're making another Pee Wee Herman movie.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
So,
that's scary.
For any of you who love The Matrix and want to see a Neo in a different light, go watch Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
He was the cowboy.
Oh, not Neo.
Or
Morpheus.
Not Neo. Morpheus.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. He was a cowboy Wayne, Cowboy Steve.
I don't remember the name. It was Cowboy something.
But yeah, he looked like
Morpheus.
He looked like something right out of fucking
Jerry Curls. Jerry curled mullet.
Yeah, Jerry Curls and fucking right out of YMCA. Yeah.
And take the red pill or the blue pill.
If you take the blue pill, you can wake up and think that was all just a dream.
Yeah. And then you wake up next Saturday and you realize it wasn't.
Yeah.
Thank you, cell phones. Thank you. I can't imagine my life without my smartphone.
Yeah, like there was a time before, and I know we all lived through that time before.
It was hell.
But I would not want to go back to the time before.
Yeah, I can still remember my first cell phone, which was a Samsung SPH 3500. And it was a sweet phone. It was a flip phone, but it was nice because it wasn't just the flip itself didn't cover the screen, like it wasn't a full flip, but it just covered the keys. So you flipped it up and that was your earpiece.
Yeah.
And it sat above the screen. And then you had your keypad. So that was super awesome. I mean, it was one of the smaller phones at the time. I know, listen to me kids, I know bigger is better now. But back in that time when we had...
You try to get smaller and smaller
we got smaller and smaller because we didn't have data to worry about. We needed something easier to fit into our pockets than a lead-acid battery and a full-size phone.
Yeah.
So that was a...
that couldn't even store numbers, much less surf the internet.
Yeah, and it actually made the dial tones when you hit the buttons, the whole nine, like crazy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then Nokia came out with their first brick phone, which... quite literally was a brick.
Weighed about the same.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then flip phones became popular. And then then
all of a sudden there was this flip phones were over period, but it was before smartphones, but everyone was like, I'm tired of flip phones. I just want my phone to be one piece.
Yeah. And then PDA phones tried to be what phones are now, but didn't really, like Windows CE.
The technology wasn't quite there yet.
Right. Yeah, it was not fun.
Yeah, the Palms and
the Palm phones were
atrocious,
kind of worthless.
Yeah.
BlackBerry, I think, was the one that really kicked it off, though.
BlackBerry, and then
the first iPhone.
Well, I would say the BlackBerry kicked it off in the business sector, but there was a lot of back-end stuff with BlackBerries that made them only really worthwhile if you were using it for business. Mm-hmm. And then the iPhone came out and made them an everyman phone. And then Android came out and made them good. Mm-hmm. And then Windows has been trying to play catch-up ever since.
Sorry, Nikki, but fuck iPhones.
I've used both, and hands down, I just prefer an Android phone over an iPhone.
True story. He really did have an iPhone at one time. He broke his screen in my car. It was a sad day.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
I broke the screen on 2 iPhones.
He sat down. I heard the crack, and I was like, oh my God, I can feel your heart dropping.
Yeah. I have broke 2 iPhones. One was my fault in Mike's car, and then there was the other one there, a D-bag over by BSU as I was talking on the phone to one of my friends, ran into my arm, knocked the phone out of my hand, it hit the cement rather hard, cracked the screen, and then he ran off, which was probably a smart move on his part. Because I really don't think I would have just been asking for his information to get money from him at that point. I was pissed.
Well.
But yeah, no, I hands down prefer.
No lawsuits were filed, I'm sure.
Well, I didn't catch him. Mainly because he was running, and by the time I realized what was happening, or what had happened, he was long gone. And yeah, would have been too much running. I don't really like to run. But yeah, no. I'm not even talking about like physical quality of the phone, because I still have an iPhone 1, like that works just fine. Like, the aluminum cased iPhones, the original ones, like back before they went back to aluminum cases, but before they were aluminum cases that would bend really easy because they got warm in your pocket.
No iPhone 6s.
No iPhone 6, yeah.
It's kind of.
But this was the iPhone. The
well, it was the 6 Plus specifically.
Yeah,
it's because of the length is what. But yeah, my original iPhone, the thing still works. I mean, I don't have service on it, but solid as a brick, it still works. But just the functionality of the apps and everything, and the ease of access in a lot of ways, I just hands down prefer Android.
Android's a little bit more. The way I see it is, iPhone seems to be built for kind of like the every person. Like it's pretty self-explanatory, pretty easy to use. If you want, I mean, they're both pretty easy to use, but if you want more expanded functionality that's not restricted, you go with an Android, because you're going to get more functionality out of it than you will an iPhone. It's also expandable. Yeah. Which is a huge plus on my part. The fact that I can snap a micro SD card in it and expand out my data. Yeah. It's just, I mean, it's a 16 gig phone, but I have a 32 gig card in it, so.
Yep. So you're at 48 gigs.
And ladies and gentlemen, he fills it.
Yeah.
Yes.
He fills it with pictures and videos of his kid.
Yes.
As every parent should.
And music.
Yeah.
Well, music too, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't need anymore now, because I now have a 32 gig USB stick shoved into my car stereo.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, that's just the ultra broad category, I guess, now to bringing it up is thankfulness for technology.
And mass storage on super small devices.
Yeah. But just in general, it's like we just had another major update to computing. With computers upgrading to the new Intel's new versions of the i series processors, which are instead of being 24 channel processors, they're 40 channel processors, so they can put a lot more data through. And RAM going up to DDR4 standard, and DDR5, which has been the standard on video cards for a while, but they're doing more. The video processors becoming more powerful. Like actual computers have just gone through another major shift in their power. And
reversible USB.
Yeah. Yep. That, you can stick the USB stick in either way. I still think I'll have to plug it in 3 times to get it to work. I think that's just way USB happens.
That would just be a huge mindfuck for a lot of people, I think, if you had to keep flipping it around to get a universal USB thing to plug in. That would just be funny.
Yeah. I would almost write programs and put them on USB sticks just to do that.
More likely what it'll be is it'll plug in each time, but they'll plug it in and pull it out 3 times because they're so used to doing it.
Yeah, there is that.
Mm-hmm. Like, I have to. Like, I can't stop myself now.
Yeah.
You stick it in there, it's in. You know it's in, but the back of your brain's saying,
it's not in.
It's not in. So you pull it out, flip it over, stick it back in.
Still
it's
not
in.
in.
You know it's in. Back of your brain.
We're still talking about USB,
still not there.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, we're horrible tonight.
I'm not.
Giggity.
One comment.
I'm the one that's got to wash my cat here. I'm not going to live that one down.
You're not letting yourself. I was perfectly willing to let it go.
Yeah, I hadn't said anything. You brought it up.
Fine. Burying myself.
So, yeah, something else.
I'm thankful for, well, shit, I've kind of inadvertently brought it up, but I'm thankful for all the conventions that we've been to.
Yeah.
This year. This whole last year regarding just the podcast alone has been fucking awesome.
Yeah.
From all the stuff that we've done, everything from interviewing Mega Ran to K Murdoch and Joni Brosis and Nicole Brun, and just talking to a bunch of really cool people. Tree City Comic Con capping it all off at the end in like supreme fashion, which was pretty damn cool. Meeting a lot of cool people. I mean, that in general was just, I didn't want it to end. Like, I was riding the fucking con high for like a solid month and a half after it all ended. Like, that, I've never done con seasons like that before. That's my first time. I'm glad I was even able to do it as a vendor versus just somebody showing up. Because I think that's a whole other experience, you know, on the other side of the table than somebody just showing up for a few hours, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was amazeballs.
Well, I have to say, as far as showing up to a con for a few hours, I've actually only ever done that once, which was a Anime Oasis years and years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow ended up going on Sunday for no apparent reason. It just, like, I think it was Dragon's fault. He, like, harangued us into going or something.
Yeah, I think that was his fault.
But I'm not blaming him. I think it was his fault. I think he was the one that instigated it. But, like, I've always, like, gone to cons for the long haul.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would like, you know, Friday, Saturday, Sunday con, I would show up on Friday. And now, mind you, also the cons in California that I went to were never within easy driving distance of my house.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like I could go home to sleep. It was, you needed a hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it'd be me and a bunch of friends. We'd get there Friday, not terribly long after the con opened. But sometimes they did some things like open at 9 a.m.
Damn it.
We were excited and getting up early, and we didn't have to work that day, so we were crawling out of bed at 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
We get to con noon, 1 o'clock on Friday, and do stuff, gaming, whatever, all day Friday. Pass out somewhere in the neighborhood of like 2 to 3 a.m. Wake up by 9 at the absolute latest. Do it all day Saturday. Fall asleep at like 5 or 6 in the morning. Get up at like 9. Go all day on Sunday till like 6 at night, and then drive home. You count the hours of sleep involved. Yes, we're at a severe deficit. And yeah, no, but like I've always been like con, like when I'm at a con, I'm like, must be at con, you know.
Con.
Yeah. But yeah, and I don't know. It's like, as an attendee or as someone doing, you know, media type work at a con, like with the podcast, like, I can't see only going for one day. I can't see only going for a couple of hours.
No, it's impossible.
You know, it's like, well, no, just either way, I like being at the con.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like, unfortunately with Tamagotchi Fest, because I was feeling kind of sick, I wasn't there as much as I wanted to be
right.
by any stretch.
And I couldn't be there because of scheduling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, hopefully that will be fixed next year and things will be much more cool.
Yeah, con season, it's always going to be rough with a kid, but...
Yeah.
We'll get our own room.
Well, better start saving our money now.
Yeah. But...
Pull together. It's all good.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, it's just like, I was always in for the cons for the long haul, Okay, there were a couple of like one-day comic conventions I went to, but those were with work.
Well, and the library Comic-Con was only a day.
Yeah. If a con's only a day, it's only a day. But...
And on that note, I am thankful for Josh from the Library Comic-Con, James and Josh from Tamagotchi Fest, Borneo from Fandemonium, and Kevin from Tree City Comic-Con.
Yes.
And all these guys were fucking amazing for working with us. And and Kevin, you're a champ, bro. I see the amount of, like, it looked like just emotional beatdown that had happened to him probably over the last 48 hours. Just, it looked like he got zero sleep the entire convention. I can't imagine running a con that big. And
don't get sleep at cons. Like, be it a, local con that's essentially all volunteers, or technically what is a more professional con, like Tree City Comic Con, where they are, actually trying to turn a profit. It's a business.
Right.
Like the staff of the con, when it's happening, they get no sleep. They're constantly doing stuff, constantly running.
Yeah, at the end of day one, the first thing the con was doing, completely reorganized the celebrity area.
Yeah,
like completely did it overnight.
Yeah,
what I'm assuming is probably about an hour after the fact. So yeah, that was pretty nuts. Just watching them start, like, they immediately, as soon as everybody left, bam, started tearing shit down and moving it around like champs.
I don't say the second setup was much better.
Yes, it was far better.
Yeah.
You got a bit more of a good panoramic experience with the celebrities versus kind of being grouped up.
Yep.
So that was kind of cool. But yeah, those Comic-Cons are freaking awesome. And now that we've got our banners and stuff like that, I'm hoping season 2 for Nerd Effect will go far more interesting.
Yes.
Because we didn't have that shit until Tree City.
Right. And having stuff out that shows our name and stuff, and, the mic, which gives kind of an idea of what we do, will definitely help.
Yeah, for sure.
And the bizarre thing where people were actually coming up and getting their picture taken with the banner.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
That just blew my mind. Who are you? We don't know who you are.
Yeah, well, that's another thing I'm honestly thankful for as far as Nerd Effect goes, is the listeners that we don't personally know. Like, I want to meet you all, don't get me wrong, but, like, up until Tree City Comic Con, really, I just had this view in my head that it was like a group of my friends, essentially.
And maybe the people associated to them.
And maybe people associated, like no more than 2 degrees of separation away from a member of the podcast were listening to the show.
Right.
So, yeah. So, it was really cool to find out that, to meet other fans, find out that there are people who found out about us and are listening.
We love you.
Yep.
Man.
I'm thankful that Mike did not make a joke right there.
I was holding it back. Yeah. It was hurting.
Thankful for Mike's dirty mind?
No.
Okay.
But
I've just learned to put up with it over the years.
Man, what else am I thankful for?
Yeah, you don't need to punish me. I punish myself. It's all good. That wasn't meant to be dirty. It really wasn't.
I'm thankful for Doctor Who.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
For being like the sci-fi that it is and giving me a sci-fi series to latch onto. Like, it's the one that I've, don't get me wrong again, love Firefly, love Babylon 5, love Star Trek, love Star Wars, love it all. But Doctor Who is the first one that I've really just kind of really associated myself with. Like, if you were to ask me what my favorite sci-fi series is, I'd definitely say Doctor Who. Yeah, I just love the damn show. It's friggin' amazing. It's got a formula that allows it to basically go on forever.
Yeah,
like it does. It has the potential to just never end. So,
yeah.
and it's
been a fairly long-running television show.
50 years. I mean, granted, there was gaps.
There was the Dark Ages, but we don't talk about that.
There's the audio series. There's a new 8th Doctor audio series that's out there right now. Yeah. Like, I really want to go and listen to that because Paul McGann's voice is amazing. Like, I'd make out with that voice. Like, he just sounds really cool. Like his voice overall. But yeah. So Doctor Who, I love Doctor Who. Anyway, I'm thankful for that.
Mm-hmm.
You guys got anything else?
Be about your turn, Mike.
Boobies.
That's not technically geek related.
I don't know. I've seen some really tight T-shirts that have like video game controllers over the boobs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Why is he encouraging me?
I don't know.
I'm trying to defend it without going completely overboard. But I think that's just a general thanks all around the board.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna put up that basically every human on the planet likes boobies, though. Mm-hmm. It's
a maternal instinct.
They were, if nothing else, if even for like gay dudes who hate the idea of women, they still like their mom.
Mm-hmm.
And boobies are good because mom, if nothing else.
No.
So.
And you can't help but want to just, they're fun to play with.
Only with consent.
Consent, yes. I'm not saying just go out and grab somebody's boobs randomly. That would be a little awkward, I think.
Yeah.
If not just straight up sexual assault.
That's what it would be.
Yes. But so I don't condone
he's
going
married.
out.
When he's thinking about playing with boobies, we know who he's thinking about.
Well, yeah. I have a wife.
Don't.
I have lifelong permission for those. So.
As long as you don't piss off the wife.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a time and place for it, but.
Well, obviously, but besides that, piss her off. She could revoke your rights. That's how it works.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Not that ever happens around our house. I mean, seriously, this is the most laid back household, I think, in the entire city of Boise. I mean,
Tim and Nomi, you got some competition there at least.
I mean, our fights are like pretty much limited to what are we going to have for dinner. I mean, that's about it. And that's just because we can't make a decision. But yeah.
So, yeah.
Thankful for dead air.
Well, I was going to say,
we don't want to be thankful for dead air.
No, not thankful for dead air. I was going to say, I'm actually, really thankful for the fact that, in a lot of ways, because of the internet's influence, especially, the ability for geeks to band together more because of that and stuff, and realize that there's a lot more of us out there than we more than we realized because due to the pre-internet isolation, and partially because of that, and because that there are a lot of geeks that actually have really good jobs. Bill Gates, for example. Okay, he's retired technically, I guess, but
he's a philanthropist now.
Yes.
Which go Bill Gates, because that's awesome.
But the idea there is that we have become far more accepted than we were 20 years ago, 25 years ago. And
people like Chris Hardwick talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
Like about how, there was a time when you were basically dumpster bait.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I think my generation of geeks was right on that cusp about where it started to flip a little bit. Because as I started going into high school, or maybe it's just Boise, because Boise is a pretty laid-back place when it comes to that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like I was kind of friends with the little patches of everybody at our high school.
Yeah.
And I don't think nobody picked on me. It could have been because of my size.
I was saying, one, you were a big dude.
Oh, yeah, and you went to Boise High.
Yeah.
Boise High's always been like that.
Yeah.
And I noticed that when I went there. It's when you get there, the higher classes are like that. So you kind of get like that with all your peers, and then by the time you guys are seniors, the new
You're
kids
like
are,
that, and the new kids see it. Yeah.
Yeah. So Boise High has just kind of been that way.
Yeah. Whereas,
junior high was the most of my torture.
I was going to say, having known people that went to other high schools, I'm not gonna say which one, just because I don't want to, offend anyone if it's changed. But back. The people I know that went to like one of the high schools here in town, like they got picked on, whether they were like geeky or nerdy or alternative in kind of any way.
Right.
They were very quickly targeted and ostracized.
Oh yeah, my buddy Andy got the term trenchcoat mafia yelled at him every once in a while, which I'm sure kind of.
Yeah, this was actually during that time when I knew these people.
Like 97, 98, yeah.
And it was, and some of them were specifically picked up at their school, like by the, not by the SRO, the police officer, but by like school officials because they wore trench coats and were grilled and basically run over the coals because they had an article of clothing because of that. But yeah.
Same thing happened to my buddy Andy.
Yeah.
Just they asked the school resource officer, pulled him aside for like a half an hour and just gave him the rundown.
Yeah.
Just because he wore a trench coat every day.
Yeah. But no, it was, back, at least back then, like they were, it wasn't like Boise High, evidently. They were pretty quickly ostracized. For being nerds, or a couple of them were just goths. They weren't even really nerdy beyond weird esoteric genre of music. So
you didn't wear Abercrombie.
Yeah, basically they didn't wear Abercrombie and Fitch, so obviously they're not worth it. So
right.
So
well, that took a weird down note.
No, well, yeah, but look at the positive side of it. We're not looked down on really anymore. We're
right.
We've become such a part of mainstream now that geeks and nerds may be a little more into Marvel and DC and video games and stuff than the average person is, but there's very few people that haven't seen a Marvel movie or probably watched a DC TV show or, picked up an Xbox controller. The bro dudes play Call of Duty, and Madden even, so.
They at least have that.
And, so, like all those things we've loved for a long time are now becoming more widespread loves. There's certain things like, role-playing games are still kind of on an uptick of popularity, but they're never going to be the most popular thing. War games,
right.
The same way. But it's more okay to have those likes now
right.
than it used to be. And so that is, at least in my opinion, a positive thing.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yay. Nerd acceptance.
Yep.
Yeah.
I am very thankful for it.
Yes. Not nerd tolerance. Nerd acceptance.
Yeah.
Because, again, I hate the word tolerance.
Nerdification?
Nerdification? Sounds like I'm going to get a piece of paper to hang on my wall that says I'm a certified nerd.
They will be converted.
Well, look at Revenge of the Nerds. Look at the guy from... He was a jock and then kind of went over to the nerd group, but he was kind of like the UGG guy. I can't remember his name now.
Yeah.
Because he thought the nerds were cool all of a sudden.
I haven't seen those movies in so long, I don't remember. Anyway.
Ogre.
Yay,
yes.
Ogre.
Okay,
Yeah, Ogre ended up going over to the nerd side.
Yeah.
Later on. Even though he really wasn't much of a nerd. But he was a nerd because he was different. Like, look at the guy who played Booger.
Yeah.
Wasn't necessarily the smartest guy, but he was just different.
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. So, yay, Revenge of the Nerds. I'm thankful for Revenge of the Nerds. For bringing nerds into a positive light.
Nah.
Yay.
Yep.
How long are we?
We're probably right at about an hour.
Yeah.
All right, any final thoughts on thankful for Thanksgiving?
Pumpkin pie. Oh, wait, no.
That's a pretty general love.
Yeah, and I have to admit I have had pumpkin pie on the brain for the last
Hopefully
week,
by
so
the
I'm
time
really
people
looking
are...
forward to it.
Yeah, hopefully by the time people are listening to this, we've gone over our food coma.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is going to be posted the few days probably after Thanksgiving. So we hope you all enjoyed your Thanksgiving with your family and your friends, and
Yes.
or with whoever. Like maybe you even just sat alone with a hungry man turkey dinner. But you know what? Even if you were just alone doing that, we hope you at least enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We hope you got to play some video games. You had a day off from work. You have to worry about the grind. Just sit back, relax, chill. Maybe you called your mother in Virginia, said hi. I mean, it could be anything, you know?
Yeah.
And I hope you didn't get shanked on Black Friday.
Wow, Mike.
I would say one other thing is, like, for me...
That would... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm trying to just ignore that and move on.
Well, I was going to say, that would be interesting, though, if, like...
What? That's my Tickle Me Elmo.
If we got like an email from some guy in a hospital who said your podcast brought me a positive light after I got shanked on Black Friday or something like that, like if it just kind of became full circle, like,
oh my god,
your guys' podcast brings me so much entertainment, but my liver is okay.
Actually, liver's pretty easy target. It's big,
and it's under soft tissue.
Yeah.
We would send them all of our loves.
Are you kidding me? I would show up.
Yeah.
Like if somebody emailed
Live
me that
podcast from the hospital room.
I would. I totally would. I'd bring down a portable recorder on my phone and just like, let's do this. Let's talk to this kid because that's amazing.
But yeah, I was gonna say that's like I know we weren't gonna mention like friends and family really, but like I'm thankful because like all my friends are nerdy friends.
Yay!
So I wouldn't know any of you really like probably without our nerdy hobbies that we have together.
Yep.
Be they role-playing games, war games, video games, science fiction, whatever.
Pretty much anything we've mentioned in this podcast has pretty much united us all in some way, shape, or form, including boobies. Boobies unites everybody.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there we go.
Yay! All right. Well, again, hope you guys all had a happy Thanksgiving. We hope you enjoyed the show. Yeah. So for the Nerd Effect Podcast, we have been
Mac and Mulligan,
Mason Ireland,
and for Nikki, we miss you. Hope you had a happy Thanksgiving too.
Yes.
And I'm Dustin Vancouver. And for those about to fucking nerd, we salute you.